Instagram has made it very clear what their priorities are. And if you do not lean in, you're likely to get left behind. Want to know where you should be focusing on to get success for the rest of this year, at least the rest of this year? Stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, we are High Season, a social media agency that helps business owners, entrepreneurs, and marketers step their social media game up and break the algorithm. Big news coming out of Instagram, big news, big changes, and right from the horse's mouth, which you don't normally get.
Nope.
What I'm actually really liking about Instagram, and you'll find out what we're talking about in a minute, is that now they're really telling you what they want.
They never used to do that.
No, remember the algorithm used to be like this mystery, and I feel like more and more it's becoming less of that, because they're like, hey, you want to be successful? We want to be successful. Do, work with us here.
Yeah.
Because we have these other competitors, work with us here, and we'll push you to where you want to go. We'll make sure you find success on the platform. And I feel like this year is the year where we've seen people just rapidly skyrocket.
Actually crazy.
And find insane success on this platform. Never was it like this before. And it's really because they're making it clear where their priorities are. So all you have to do is lean in. We've always said that.
Yeah.
We've always said when Instagram tells you what they like, or if they're showing you what they like, before they weren't telling you, but they were kind of showing you. Now there's nothing to decipher. They're making it clear. And what we're talking about is that Adam M. Mosseri?
Mosseri? I've never heard him say it.
I haven't heard him say it either. But the head of Instagram got online and was able to tell everybody what Instagram is looking for H2. H2 being the second half of the year. So they fully laid out what their priorities are. So what we're going to do today is break down what he covered in that video, but in addition, let you know what this means for you and how you can leverage it for success this year. Let's get started.
Okay, so in Adam's video, he detailed 4 specific areas that Instagram are going to be focusing on and where they're likely to be placing their newest changes for the remainder of the year, as Tiff was explaining. So the first area is for creators. They really want to help creators to grow, and I think they're going to be actually investing in creators that's something you told me that was separate to what Adam said in the video. He just sort of touched on these 4 areas very briefly and really focused on one specific one, which we're going to get to. So the first one was the creators. So the idea is that if you're a creator on Instagram, it's the time to triple down, because this is where they're going to not only favor you in the algorithm, but potentially financially invest is what we've heard.
They've actually already started financially investing.
Okay, good.
So there you go. Something to pay attention to. We'll talk more about that in another video.
The next part was video. So they're already driving an immense amount of growth across the platform, obviously with Reels, which we've talked about
countless times,
and we're going to continue to talk about it, and they're really going to lean into it, and this is the area that this whole video is about, so we're going to get to that shortly. Shopping is another area that they're focusing on. Obviously the pandemic accelerated the focus of e-commerce, particularly on social media platforms. It went from essentially, I think they started the shopping sort of thing where it was just the tagging though, and now they just ramped it all the way up, and not only on Instagram, but a whole bunch of other platforms are doing it too. So overall, e-commerce within the social platforms has just gone through the roof. So that's something they're definitely going to be focusing on. And finally, messaging. So how people communicate with each other. He was saying that, we used to communicate. Remember when we used to post on each other's wall?
Yeah.
To say something?
I see things on my wall sometimes and I'm like, why was I having this full out conversation?
Hey, how
First
you
of all,
going?
terrible some of the conversations are really rough.
Inappropriate.
That's why, life hack.
Delete.
Make sure, not even delete, just put because it's funny for you to see for yourself.
That's true.
But just make sure that all your privacy settings are to me, so only you can see what was on your wall, what you were sharing, because anything probably before 2 years ago, you don't want anyone to see.
No.
Or before 5 years ago, say.
That's true.
All the trifling stuff you need to suppress.
Cancelable material.
Yeah, so get rid of that.
So he was talking about people are going from the wall post now into all sorts of messaging. I guess that's from both brands, and just how people communicate on Instagram. So they're really focusing on messaging, which we've seen with WhatsApp and the way they've integrated Instagram DMs to the back end of Facebook, and they're all,
all the GIFs. Now you can have the video calls within messaging and stuff like that. Yeah,
they've really gone into that. So those are the 4 areas. Now, video is where we really want to focus on.
Because that's where he focused. He was like, yeah, and all of this, and he's like, but let's talk about video.
Yeah, so that really shows, like Tiff was saying, if he says it, like, this is what you got to be doing. We already knew that Reels was the one because we've seen the growth. That's the explosive growth Tiff was talking about, is almost exclusively from Reels. Now it sounds like it's about to get even more hectic, and video is it for Instagram. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They're finally not making anything vague, and we have to, decode a message or anything for him. He's just saying, video's it.
We're no longer a photo sharing app.
So he said it. Instagram is no longer a photo sharing app. We kind of knew that, right? The app has evolved so much. But what does that mean for you? That means if you've been hesitating, if you've been feeling uncomfortable and not wanting to do video, you can no longer wait. You have to add video to your strategy. And there are various video surfaces that Instagram has, but they've made it very clear that their competitors are TikTok and this platform right here, YouTube.
Yes.
What are the two competitors to that? Instagram Reels is the competitor to TikTok, and IGTV for long form content is the competitor to YouTube. Lean into these two areas, and moreover, lean into Reels.
Yes.
It goes without saying. It's so obvious, like, the priority and the preference. Like, they are the favorite child right now, without question.
Yes.
But we definitely would recommend that you not forget about IGTV as well, and start creating long-form content for that as well. So when you're looking at your content mix and how you share content, see how that can be adapted for Reels or IGTV, primarily for Reels.
Yes. So it doesn't mean you have to stop posting images. I mean, we're going to continue to post images and photos.
Carousels.
Exactly right. And they still work, right?
I have to also say, we've been saying this, okay?
The carousels?
So we have the video. Yeah, we have a video we'll link up here that spoke about like a successful content formula. And in that, we spoke about Reels and carousel being the thing. We did talk about Reels being really important. So this is just further doubling down on that.
Yeah. So he's not saying stop posting those photos. I feel like they're going to be a part of everybody's mix. It's going to be a while. Maybe eventually we'll get to a point where Instagram's only videos. But right now, don't get rid of it completely, but just change your focus to those videos. He said that from research they've done that people want to be entertained when they come to Instagram, and that's where the videos come in. Images in and of themselves aren't exactly entertaining. So
just memes.
Right, exactly. So that's a good point, actually. Memes, and that's why you see a lot of accounts like Chipotle are completely memes. They went from beautiful pictures of their products to just memes.
Yeah.
And it's dominating. They're dominating. It's amazing.
And think about that. If you were creating memes and funny content, could that be Reels now? Could you do something where that's a 6-second reel instead? So you take a clip of the video and it has the funny text or whatever in there, but just how do you adapt it for the platforms that have the preference or for the surfaces that have the preference?
Exactly. Now, we said they're testing two different things in feed. They're doing a recommendation. So what that is giving you content in your feed that you're not actually following, that they think you might like. I imagine it'd be similar to the Explore page where it, takes data from the types of posts you've engaged with and then applied that to the recommendations. So that's the first one. And then they're also testing a topic. So I don't know how they're getting that. They didn't explain it, or Adam didn't explain that. So they're going to be pulling information. Once again, it could actually be from the Explore page. Like on my Explore page, on my personal account, I get shoes, beer, and coffee. So I imagine that one of those three topics would come through into my feed. So those are the two things they're testing right now. So be on the lookout for that. And the idea now is to make sure that all of your posts are optimized to the point that these new Instagram features are going to pull your posts and feed them to potential new followers. And this is going to be the new way to get found and to really grow your account. And this is pretty exciting when you think about it. It's
actually amazing. Like, that's an amazing thing. Instagram is going to be pushing you in front of more people who are not your followers, so it's giving you even more opportunities to get discovered. Now, as we were saying, being optimized is so key to this, because you really want to give Instagram as much information as possible so they know who you are and they can put you in front of the right people. So we've been, preaching post optimization for a long time, and it is going to be so key to your success. Thinking about the fact that recommendations and topics are going to be huge now. Make sure that your posts are optimized. When we're talking about optimization, we're talking about our 3-tag approach that we talk about, which means that you are making sure your posts have the hashtags, have location tags, and have brand tags so that you can create that affinity and let Instagram know who you are. We won't repeat that whole strategy there, but we'll leave it there for you to check out. It is going to be so key here. We also have another video which was about how to get on the Explore page. page, which we'll also leave here. And based on what this thought of a recommendation sounds like and what you were mentioning, it's like the Explore page coming into your feed now, right? So the same principles likely that worked in that video are going to be the exact same ones that work in terms of getting you distributed in people's feeds. And we already saw this a bit with Reels, because when you're scrolling through your feed, you'll notice there's like this Reels bar. Not everybody has it because everyone's account's different. A little bar that some people will have that will actually show you Reels for people that you're not following, but in the topic that you like, or based on what Instagram thinks you are, they'll place that in there for you. So that just means they're going to be doubling down on this and just serving you content that you're not necessarily following, but that they think you'll like, so that way you interact with the surfaces that they want you to interact with. So very key here is to be making sure your posts are optimized. That is how you'll find success on the platform. You need to be using video, and you need to be optimizing your posts so that they can get in front of the right people.
So if you're stuck on creating Reels, because look, we've spoken to a bunch of people in the comments and people DMing us, and I know that it's a bit of a pain point or a sticking point for a lot of folks. Video is a little bit daunting, and can be if you haven't done it before. It used to be for me personally. Now it's second nature. And, you know, sometimes it's hard to come up with ideas of what to do, particularly if you've only been posting images for your account the whole time. And maybe some people are in niches or verticals that don't necessarily lend themselves to video, or at least it's, you know, maybe you're an accounting firm or something and you're like, I don't know what to do. So this is where it's really going to be important for you to get creative and to really try and apply all sorts of different ways to create these Reels to that brand in that specific vertical. We actually did a video that might get your sort of creative juices flowing. I think it's 8 different content ideas on how to create Reels, and we'll put it in the description as well. So hopefully if you watch that video, that'll get the juices flowing as such.
And following that too, if you weren't even messing with Reels at all or haven't done anything like that yet, we actually have full videos and a full playlist on Reels.
Oh,
so we'll put that playlist there for you, because it had the content ideas, it had how to add music, how to add text, like we did it, and just like a full beginner's guide to Reels. So that's going to be super valuable, and guys, you need to get on it. Alright guys, so that is big changes coming to Instagram, and not so much say changes, but reinventions, doubling down, things of that sort, but like use that to inform your strategy for the remainder of the year at minimum. Put more Reels into your feeds. That's basically what it is. If the content mix looks like 3 Reels, 1 IGTV, 1 carousel, whatever that looks like to you, put it down and stick to that, and lean in where Instagram is asking you to. They will only work in your benefit if you help them help you.
Big facts.
Yeah. All right, guys, that is it for today. Thank you so much for coming back to watch another video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe below, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any other videos from us. You can follow us everywhere on social media at High Season Co. You will be seeing a lot of Reels over there. All right. We're actually filming like 3 Reels right after this one. So yeah, I think it's 3.
Yep. All right.
Practice what you preach. You got to do the thing, you know. We will see you guys in the next video. Peace.